But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
What's your name?
Rohit.
Rohit?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to
Hell
meet you
yeah.
too.
Oh shit. Yeah, 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 yeah. Off the top of the dome, I let the heat knock. I'ma do the rhymes while you do the beatbox. Yeah, the whole globe what I'm crushing. I bring the rhythm like my man with vocal percussion. Anytime I'm on the beat, they know when I rock well. My man brought the beatbox. Shouts out to Rozelle. We about to make it pop. We killing it for certain. Got him hurting. Here in the streets of Berlin. I'm cutting through the instrumental like a surgeon. I'm earning all the prize that I'm deserving. Microphone burning. Got it up on fire. The one they admire. I'm getting all that I desire. Yeah, the illest that you heard in your life. We on the up and up like a shirt with the vertical stripes. Yeah, H-Mac, y'all know I be taking them far. I'm insane off the brain, I be crazy with bars. Making them hurt when I do my thing. On to every syllable, I know they ready to cling. I be making them sting. Y'all know I'm that mellow cat, going over domes, something like a yellow cat. Yeah, y'all know I kill it more than slightly. Ain't nobody really like me. Positivity be dwelling in my psyche, and my whole demeanor even cleaner than your white tee. Yeah, hey yo, we steady connecting, sending good energy in every direction, killing every track, there's no exaggeration. Live rapping, beatbox, collaboration. Y'all know we get it popping in the streets. The only thing I'm doing off the top is spitting heat. Y'all know I'm getting busy while my homie holds the beat, and y'all know I be stomping competition with my feet. I'm in the open, never discreet. I be staying far from the radars. Complex as quasar, breaking them all up with something. Y'all know the skills of summit. I'm holding down the lyrics while my homie be drumming, coming right off at the tip of the mental. Whenever I'm rhyming, they feeling the vibes. We be in the streets of Germany, getting it live. Yeah, and y'all know we be healing all your anguish, cause we speak in the universal language. Yeah, hey yo, we about to get it done. I'm dope as fuck, my dome, you soak it up like sponge. Check it, y'all know I can do it all the time. A sponge, it's kinda like my mind. Y'all know that a whole nother level, that's where we on. I'm the man, no doubt, I'm standing out just like your neon. Hey yo, y'all know we about to hold it down. Real king in this thing with the golden crown. Got the music, never lose it. I go deep just like Confucius. I'm abusing, bruising, instrumentals, influential, rhythmic potential. Shit is essential, cracking your dental, taking you further. Grab on the mic then, Mac bout to serve you. Get in my propers, I'm a showstopper. Classical skill set, sing for the opera. I go up top, upbeat all day. I've been rhyming since the hard way. Middle school when I was younger, all real funk, that's what I brung ya. Deliver. Pulling my arrows right out of the rapping quiver. Every time that I spin, I'm cold, I'm giving y'all the shivers. Up and down your spinal, my word is final. So go ahead and press it to vinyl, cause y'all know I charge like a rhino when I go right off the mental sphere. Yeah, y'all know we got the beatbox, freestyle, energy in here. People know that I be rapping tight. All of y'all are matching in black and white. Calling all the outfits, freshest on the scene. Yeah, I deliver with the grayscale scheme. Nice with the vocals, known around the global. Shout my homie B-boy and while he's rocking polo. Yeah, y'all know we about to pull out the linoleum. Microphones, me and my mans are controlling them. Yeah, I'm connecting with fans, kicking lyrics in all directions, my man. And I get loose, whether the stage or the booth, affecting the youngins, I be spitting for the youth. Yeah, and y'all know my lyrics will never damage you. I treat the mic like a toy, stuffed animal. Yeah, H-Mac, I be out here having fun. Jabba rhyming all up off the mental, we gon' get it done. Heart and soul I spit it from, heavy as an anvil, lit like a candle. Shout to my homie a sandal, slow witting it down while we lock into the groove. Cause me and my man, we be steady making moves. And if you got questions, my flows is the answer. Damn bro, you looking mad official with the lanyard. He's in the button up, he's got the collar. I'm kicking rhymes all up off the top to make him holler. Man, you killed the beatbox, one we can't avoid. Germany, go ahead and make some noise.
Hey guys, good to see you. And just before I get fully into it, Flats put out his video for his intro this morning, so I'm going to play that now. I've uploaded it to StreamYard. So I'm going to play that now just in case you didn't see it. So this is Flats' video he put out earlier. I'll put the link in a second.
In the quiet at night, with my heart laid bare, something stirring inside, like a silent prayer. You gave me this flame, a purpose divine. Lord, help me remain in your design. Keep my lamp burning, oh, keep my lamp burning right, keep my lamp burning, oh, till I see your light. Every moment I breathe, every step that I take, all the truth I believe, all the choices I make, you fill me with grace, a vessel refined. Now I seek your face, lead down behind, keep my lamp burning, oh, keep my lamp burning bright, keep my lamp burning, oh,
Babe, rustling.
Sorry.
That's
I
it.
thought it was
Right,
muted.
so that's his intro, as you know, guys. That's his intro, but he just put that out this morning, and I'll put the link in the chat for it. But good to see you guys. Good to see you as normal. Bless you. Good to see you. And I am got before I start, I thanked Bazza last night. He's not in chat at the minute, I don't think. But bless Bazza. Oh, he is actually. Bazza, bless you for the PayPal that you gave me yesterday. I would have called it yesterday when I was live, but I didn't see it. So I'm gonna get tomorrow. Remember, we was talking about The Color of Money and The Hustler. You know, the two movies, the black and white one and the 80s one of Tom Cruise. We was talking about that. Well, tonight is The Chosen, as the series that we usually do. Instead of David, we've done the first 4 episodes, haven't we? So we're on 5 and 6. So The Chosen tonight, and then Carlito's Way. But tomorrow night with Baz's PayPal, we'll get The Hustler that we was talking about last week, and then the follow-up to it, the sequel from the Hustlers from the 80s, 50s, 60s maybe, 60s movie, black and white with Paul Newman, and then The Hustler, the sequel to it with Tom Cruise and Paul Newman was in the 80s. So we're going to hire, well, it's not hire them, it's probably just buy them for that price. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a hire or a buy. So tomorrow night will be The Hustler and Color of Money. Tonight is The Chosen and Carlito's Way with Al Pacino. But this afternoon is a normal topic. So, as usual, we'll start off as we normally do. Say hello to everybody in chat. Babe, you'll have to get Yonda type in chat.
She's on the phone.
Okay, when she's ready, and Moda. Bazza,
I don't know.
Bazza, good to see you, bro. Jim Anus, John Edwards, good to see you guys.
David.
Yeah,
Bazza.
I'm going through the list. I've already said Bazza.
Bazza.
Tommy Rogers, too, good to see you. You must be new here. I'm sure there was a Tommy Rogers 1 last week. That's
Mr.
it.
Enos.
There's only a few people in chat, but 12 watching.
Mr. Enos and Mr. Edwards and Bazza.
I've said that. And David, I was David in as well.
And
David. Yeah, good to see all you guys. Bless yous. But we'll start off as normal. We'll start off with a couple of Jim's observations. Then to testimony today from the same guys we did the Almost False. We did the Freemason guy one. He got a lot of views on that. I think that video was pushed a lot from the Freemason guy, the Schneebler guy. It was used to be a Freemason. He got a lot of views on that. He got millions on that. When he usually gets between 6 and 10,000, and he got millions on that one.
Yeah.
But this one is from the same guy. But, babe, I can hear. This one's from the same guy, but it's about an ex-medium, a woman that used to be a medium, had testimony. So, like I say, some of the testimonies from this channel are brilliant, but some I'm dubious about. So we'll see what this one's like.
Did you hear it then?
No. Well, I heard some, but that's what I was saying. You'd make some, babe. Hot making.
I turned it off. I didn't know she was coming in.
Coming from where?
Because she went in the bedroom to watch the telly. She's on the phone.
Okay.
And
Okay.
she went in the wrong bedroom.
Right.
That's what she came in to tell me.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well,
She wanted to go watch telly in my room, but went in the back room.
Nice. Silly. There's only 2 rooms. How can you get them mixed up?
I know, and she walked past the one she was meant to go in to get to the other one.
No doubt. No doubt. Right. Change the scenery. Change the background. Right, Jim Anus. Let's do some of his observes. Shares the screen. Share. Let's put his link in for how many on? 829. Oh no, it's 829. I'm looking at the wrong one. I was going to say he's going up a lot. 286. Excellent, bro.
Wow,
Getting better.
Hi, Wojo.
And Wojo, good to see you.
David.
Jim's link, guys.
Oh, remember that person that commented on my thing last night?
What person?
I'm not saying the name. We all know.
Right, what about it?
When I went today and looked in the live chat from yesterday, it's not there anymore.
Oh, isn't it? No doubt. You know what they're like.
No. So somebody must have banned it.
Good.
I'm not going to mind. Fair play.
Right.
I got my new security camera.
Hold on. What?
I got my new security camera.
Okay. Yeah.
Charge it. Huh?
Cool. Wojo. Somebody had to say it, didn't they? I'm talking about an ex-medium. And Wojo says, I was a medium. You should have said I was an ex-medium, but now I've gained some weight. You know, it would have suited me a little better because I've got ex-medium up on the title. That would have been cool. My jokes got bad. Everyone. Bless you, man. Bless you. What, babe?
Huh?
What did you say?
I said, same here.
Oh, I used to be an ex-medium too. No, I was never. Well, I was when I was only ever a medium when I was on drugs. I've always been large, but now I'm kind of extra large.
I used to be really skinny.
Yep.
My sinuses are still bad, you know.
Damn it, yeah. Gotta be. Oh. Some good tunes, Jim. Some good tunes. Hey, Roger. Good to see you, man.
Roger. I'm looking for a picture.
Nice. One more from Jim, and we'll go on with the topic. Quite long ones. Let's go. There we go. We'll do this 5-minute one. And then we're off on the topic. Let's do that. Likey wakey. Biggie biggie. Why you send me that, babe? I know what you used to it right.
The forehead is bad though in that picture.
Shut up, you. Why you send me them? Why you sending me them? I know I've seen
You
them.
can show people I used to be skinny.
Why?
Because
Why do you need to justify that you used to be skinny? We don't need to justify it to anybody, babe. So I'll show them, but you don't need to justify
people
it.
are obsessed with my weight.
Well, you don't. So what? You don't have to justify, because all they'll do is take the picture and put some weight on it. You know what they're like, or put black and blue eyes on it or something. But I'll show it if you want. Do you want me to
Don't
show
do
it?
the forehead one, do the other one.
No, because then they'll say that you've got no knickers on or something. It looks like you've got no knickers on. That's why
I had
your
a
legs
bikini on under a top.
I know, but they don't know that, do they? They'll make up crap. You know what they're
I was
like.
an adult. I was 18. So what?
No, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying. I'll show it if you want, but you know what they're like. And if they take your pictures, you've got to whinge about it. So I'll show them, but it's up to
They
you.
take him anyway. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
It don't make a difference.
The people ain't seen you now, so how are they going to compare it?
Oh yeah. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Mean to.
Down, 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 down. Reminds me, I was sitting in the nightclub with an alcohol pop in the corner, tapping my feet, wanting to dance. Not that I go nightclubs anymore. Okay, Roger, no problem. Oh, Tommy Rogers. Oh, there's Roger and Tommy Rogers. Roger and Tommy
Roger.
Roger. The Roger and Tommy Roger because it's Roger Rogers too. So it's Tommy Roger. But I'll give you a spanner, Tommy Roger, because I'm sure your last one had a spanner.
Roger Dodger.
Why are you giving me all these photos? I've seen them.
Because you said, if I show that, I can't show you now. So that's a
I
picture
didn't
of me in
say
the
you
mirror.
can't. You can't. I just say you don't. I'm just saying.
You said they
There's
can't
nothing
got
to
nothing
compare
to
it
compare
to.
it to.
Yeah, I know, but why do they need to?
Because
You know exactly what they're going to do.
I get McDonald's.
Yep. Nice. Thank you very much, Jen. Bless you, sir.
News.
Right, quickly. Vicky wants me to show you what how skinny she used to be. Right, yeah.
Did you get my message about your cousin's daughter
What do you mean my cousin's daughter? What about her?
missing?
She's missing.
It's the second time since.
Again, I just literally gave her money to get her back from Birmingham.
Well,
So she's oh well, because she said that I'm going to make her when she gets back. I'm going to make her thank you. And I says you don't need to make her thank me. Your family. You know what I mean? So,
2 hours ago, the police updated it and said she's missing.
So I bet they got her back and then she sneaked out again or something like that. I don't know.
Probably.
Oh, what am I doing? I'm saying the bloody wrong one. Idiot. Right, I've got to get it up first.
Right, question.
Hold on. What?
Fence paint is oil based, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I would say so.
So to clean the brush, do I use white spirits?
Well, if it's oil based, I would, yeah, absolutely. A white spirits and washing up liquid. If it's oil based, make sure it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to if it's not oil based.
Mm-hmm.
If it's water based, you're fine. If it's oil based, yes, white spirits and washing up liquid. Yeah, she's green.
Not the forehead one though.
Oh, babe, shut up. Does it matter? I'm sharing them. Oh, it doesn't matter.
My forehead looks huge.
Right.
My mum scraped my hair back.
Doesn't matter. Like, this is Vicky when she was skinny, and I'm showing the forehead when I don't care. It's just.
And I'm not looking at the ice cream.
But that's when she was skinny as well. And this is when she's got a little bit bigger, and it's not even that big. They're not that big, there, babe. I think you find that. That's the way I like it, like that.
Oh.
That's too skinny. And that's too skinny as well. No, you know what I mean? It's fine. But I'm just saying.
That forehead is huge.
Ah, shut up. You pull your hair is pulled back in a bun.
I know, but why would you pull my hair back that much?
You got to remember, you used to pluck your eyebrows, so it'll make to the point of you can't see them, so it'll make your forehead look bigger anyway. You know what I mean? There you go. There you go.
There you go. That'd be me.
That's Vicky.
That'd be me.
So take them if you want, and do. Oh, it's Harry. Harry texts me and says, "Can you lend a rod?" And I says, "You can if you want, sound, bro." I said, "Sorry, I already texted, of course, but I didn't realize I'm live at the minute. But you know, you can borrow yours is still here. Well, half of it anyway. He's just sound, bro. So whether he's going to get it or not, I don't know. Probably won't. Anyway. Oh, I'm not even on screen. Not even on screen.
Did you see what Wojo said?
No. Babe, I was just reading out. You just heard me reading out bloody things. How am I meant to see what he said? What?
He said, when my son was little, he said, if everyone was born blind, we would have to judge people on their character, not what they look like or the colour of their skin. 100% smart kid.
Exactly. Fair play.
But if a child knows that, then why can't an adult?
Well, Because they're idiots. Because they're so, well, that's the thing. Kids want to learn. They're open to learning. Adults think they want to learn, but they're just stuck in their indoctrinated ways. They think they want to learn, but when it comes to learning, it's like, oh no, I already know that. Oh no, I knew this. Oh, I already know that. You know what I mean? Yes, we can go up to space. Yeah. Oh yeah. In 20 years' time, maybe 30 years' time, we'll be hitting the moon for a hotel stay in the moon for the weekend, you know? So they might think they want to learn, but they don't. They don't. Right. Let's do it. Let's get the video up. Right. It's a woman's testimony about the ex-medium. It's a Christian channel, so I'm taking it from ex-medium to Christ, but we'll see how credible the story is. Because yes, some of these stories brilliant, but some I'm dubious about when it comes to this guy's channel. The guy's fine, but I think he's a little bit green when it comes to discernment with certain people. But let's see. Should be good. Ex-medium talks about, there we go. Ex-medium talks about living in a haunted house and speaking to the dead.
And they were like freaking out, like, what is that, Natalie? Like, your house really is haunted. I thought to myself that this was somehow some sort of gift from God, and I was supposed to harness that. And then I realized I had the ability to see and hear spirits that were connecting to me. I thought that it would help bring people.
Well, I mean, yeah, straight away. I mean, she probably knows this now anyway, because it's just the introduction. But she says, then I seen that I had the gift to speak to the dead, or hear the dead, or whatever. Speak to spirits, then that's it. As soon as I hear that, then I just think, well, it's demons. You might think it's a good thing, but to me, that's demons talking to you, which she probably knows now.
Peace. I talked to a lot of people who lost their children. One time I had a vision the night before a session.
She's doing this interview in her bathroom. Kind of looks like a bit bathroomy.
She immediately lifted her head. Her eyes were jet black. And in this deep, dark, creepy voice, she said, "Keep talking about my mother."
See? Demonic.
Hello and welcome back to the Almost False podcast, where I interview regular people with incredible stories. Today's guest is a former medium who became interested in mediumship because of her experiences growing up in a haunted house. We talked about what that was like and then went over how she became able to communicate with the spirits of the dead. It's a fascinating roller coaster of emotions, so you'll definitely want to stick to the end. With that said, let's get right into the action and immerse ourselves in the life story of today's guest, Natalie.
Okay, so my father's house growing up, right? Very haunted house. It didn't necessarily.
It's like, does it not look like she's doing this in the bathroom? So as not to interrupt her husband or something. I don't know. But it seems like this is in a bathroom. You wouldn't have your bedroom decked out like this, would you? Then
I couldn't press unmute then. No, you wouldn't. Got to be a bathroom.
I don't know if she's in a bathroom or if this is the only way she could do it at the minute. Maybe it's
Looks like a bathroom.
maybe she's got a house full and everybody can hear her in every other room. I don't know. But it seems like she's doing this in a bathroom. I could be completely wrong.
Affect any of the other family members. It was mostly attacking me because everybody was shocked when I would tell them what was going on with me. So the earliest memory I have, I was about 5 or 6 years old. I went into a closet with my little brother and we were playing hide and go seek, and I felt a hand on my shoulder. And I remember I turned to him.
Is that what you guys in the state call it? States call it hide and go seek. We just call it hide and seek. Hide and seek. There's no go in it. It's just hide and seek. Hide and go seek. Strange.
And said, "Do you have your hand on my shoulder?" And he said, "No."
See, the thing is as well, yeah, I mean, you can definitely be demonically influenced as a kid. I mean, it's the devil, isn't it? The devil's going to try and get you as young as he can. So, yeah, that can happen without a doubt. You can't be influenced by demons, or demons can't try and influence you at that age, of course. But also, when you're very young, you have got an active imagination. So a quick tap on the shoulder, I don't know, buy some clothes or whatever, can set your imagination going. I'm not saying it's not true, not at all. I'm just saying, as a kid, your imagination can go.
And so I put my hand over top of the hand that was on my shoulder. The hand was like adult size.
Okay.
It wasn't little. Like when I put my hand there, I could still feel my hand and the other hand, but there was nothing there. Like I was able to touch my shoulder. So I automatically freaked out, jumped out, ran out of the room. That was one of the first experiences I ever had. So there was another time as well. My brother used to play hockey when we were kids, and him and my dad would leave the house, so I would be left alone in the house. And I remember I was watching TV. I heard like a huge crash downstairs. And I got really scared. I thought someone broke in.
Sorry, it had nothing to do with it again. I was just reading what Wojo said again. Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant. When my son was little, he said, I know we've already gone through it, but I'm saying, when my son was little, he said, if everyone was born blind, we would have to judge people on their character, not what they look like or the color of their skin. Exactly. Definitely. And it's a good, that's true say. Because can you imagine, if you were born blind, there's no concept of black or white or yellow or dark red or green or blue or anything like that. There's no concept of color. So you wouldn't know someone's color of skin. So you would have to judge them on what they say, their character, how they are, their fruits. You know,
Yeah.
you would have to judge them on their fruits, which is what we should be doing anyway. Why
I
should
just
we
think-
judge someone on color of skin or anything like that? Anyway, we shouldn't. So you would have no concept of color. You wouldn't even if you got to know, like, oh, this voice is kind of sounds like a black voice. This voice kind of sounds like a white voice. You ain't got to have that concept, you know, because the person who can see says, yeah, well, yeah, that person with that voice, he's a white person. That person with that voice is a black person. That person with that voice is a Chinese person. Whatever, you know what I mean?
Like I did with Matthew.
If you're getting told that, what is that color to you? You know what I mean? It's nothing to you as a blind person. You don't see color, so that's an absolutely brilliant. See, smart kid. Go, babe.
Remember when I thought Matthew was black?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
His voice.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
it.
for me, like the issue is most of the people that judge people on their looks and their weight and that hide behind stock accounts.
Yeah. Of course they do. Anyway, go on.
My house. We lived out in the country also, so it's very quiet out there. And the panic started settling in. My heart was beating. I actually went and grabbed a butcher knife. I was so scared. I thought someone had broken into my house. So I decided, I don't know where I got this from, but I was like, I'm gonna go check downstairs.
See, even as a kid, instinct kicks in. Oh, butcher's knife. I'm scared. Butcher's knife. Isn't that mad? You haven't been taught any type of violence, or just say you're too young to even have seen a fight. You know what I mean? But you get scared, and the first thing you do is grab a knife. See how instinct kicks in. Mad. That shows me, to me, that just shows me God. Like, what's instinct? Well, it kicks in when something's about to happen, when your adrenaline kicks in. Well, and you're telling me evolution did all that, you know? No. God gave you that adrenaline and the way it could spike for a reason, to warn you, to be aware, you know? You've got it
Hi,
for a reason.
Sandro.
Yeah, there's purpose behind it, and there's no purpose behind evolution or a big bang.
Well, Sean
Right.
Hawkins would have evolved from an ape.
Or he would have evolved from an ape. Yeah.
Logically, right? Something must have fallen. Maybe my cat jumped on a shelf and knocked something over. So I went downstairs. I went to go look in the house. There was nothing there. Nothing had fallen over. And it was a huge crash. So I was looking through the rooms. I went to the back of the room in the basement, flicked on the light, and the light bulb burnt out. Like it exploded. Just this big, like, and right then and there, I was like, okay. I just turned around and walked back upstairs. While I'm upstairs, again, I still have this butcher knife. I'm scared at this point, obviously. I don't know what's going on. Then I start hearing something else, like a weird noise, a zooming noise, like. This is when I decide to call my friend. I call her on the phone. I'm so scared. I'm holding this butcher knife.
Oh, hey, Sandro. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, dude.
Hi, Sandro.
But yeah, it seems like so far she's been working on instinct after being scared. I think it's amazing how your body works, you know, due to adrenaline and stuff like that. If you get scared, it does this. It either runs, stands in fights, or hides, whatever. You know, it's amazing what your body can tell you, you know. And nobody takes that into consideration when it happens. How can that happen? Where does that come from? You know, I would say it's God. How can someone from evolution, the evolutionary side or the Big Bang side, say that these things work or how they work or what they're for? We just developed that over a long time. That shows purpose. Even developing something over a long time shows purpose, you know. And there's no purpose in evolution. It just happened. Big Bang just happened, allegedly. So it's bull. It's bull. We know that.
I'm terrified. I'm asking her, you know, my house is haunted. I'm telling her I don't know what to do. I'm hearing noises and bangs and the light bulb burnt out. Then I'm hearing it again, the noise. It's stopping and going and stuff. I realize it's coming from upstairs in the hallway. So I walk over to this hallway. It's a dark hallway leading to a back room. I decide, okay, like I have to go see, you know. I walk down this hallway, turn on the light to the room, and my brother's toy remote control car is spinning in a circle by itself. And I'm just staring at it like I'm in complete shock. Logically, right? I'm thinking in my head, there's someone that broke into my house, came into the room, and is using the remote control to. So I'm looking in the closets for this remote control to turn.
I mean, as a kid, and that's got to be scary. I mean, especially if you're not imagining it. And something's going about the room, like you think it's a remote control car or whatever. I can imagine. I had a remote control car as a kid. And if it started, I used to imagine that. Oh, imagine if it started in its own and it went flying its own and never touched the button. I used to imagine things like that and imagine how scared I'd be. So, yeah, I can imagine how scary that would be.
To figure out who's controlling it. I'm so scared at this point. And eventually I turn to the car and I flip the car over and it stops. And I'm freaking out. I run back.
Things like remote control cars and that, they can happen. Look, the kid next door might have a remote control car and it works under the same frequency. You know, things like that can happen. But if there's none of that around, you know what I mean? No kids next door, no remote controllers anywhere. You know, of course it's got to be freaky. But we know that things like that can happen. The kid next door might have a similar toy. They work on the same frequency. I've done it before where I've took the telly remote, the dooper, as I would call it, took the dooper and pressed it for the TV. And it did something on the TV, it made the channel change, say, but on the hi-fi, it made the volume go up, you know? So they work on same frequencies, but different function or something, you know? So these things can happen that way, but I can understand as a kid how scary that would be, as I say. When my wife was about 5 years old, one of her dolls walked, told her parents, they didn't believe her. She told her parents and they didn't believe her. See what I mean? And kids have got a vivid imagination, but to say your doll walked and know it walked and your parent doesn't believe you, I mean, if your kid did come and say to you, look, my doll walked, initially, you're not going to believe them. Initially, you're going to say, they're imagining it. But if they kept complaining about something like that, I mean, knowing what we know now, especially within spirituality, then you would have to go check it out. You would have to pray about it. You would have to take it seriously. You know what I mean? Without a doubt, it's not just a kid's imagination if they say it's happening all the time. You know, maybe it's got to be taken seriously. But yeah, can imagine how scary that would have been by the man. Becky.
Back to the phone call. I'm still talking to my friend.
Especially as a kid, you know, yes, we can play make believe and stuff like that, but you know your doll shouldn't be walking. You imagine it, things like that. You say, yeah, I wish my doll could walk, or my little toy could walk and all that. And we could have fun, go down the park, go down, I don't know, all that kind of stuff. That. You imagine things like that, but you know if it happened, it would freak the crap out of you. You know?
friend, like, oh my God, my house is so haunted. And then the car starts going again. So I have to
Really?
go inside of the room, pull the batteries.
Said most of her life she's been troubled by shadow men in the corner when sleeping. I personally think family history, bad juju. Yeah, definitely. It's got to be demonically attached somehow. You know, through, I don't know, maybe the family back when did Ouija boards, maybe there was witchcraft in the family further back, and it's just followed throughout. I don't believe in generational curses and stuff like that, but a demon can follow through. You know what I mean? A demon can stay. Oh, well, yeah. They've got older. I'll just leave it now. I'm going to the next kid. That kind of thing. You know? I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely demonic activity if you're seeing shadows and stuff like that. Without a doubt. You know that, Baza. It's definitely a demonically influenced thing.
I remember I said about there was
Yeah,
like a black thing.
Yeah, you said. I remember you saying the place where you're at now was haunted. Just something was falling off the fridge and that. I says,
Yeah, randomly.
there's no such thing as haunted. If it's you think it's haunted, then it's demonic activity. No such thing as ghosts. You know what I mean?
Oh, but no, things were falling off and it made no sense. Like things were moving. The dog would bark at nothing. But where I lived in Coventry with my ex, and I'd never experienced it, and then randomly I'd see it was just dark and it moved, but the feeling it gave me, I was petrified, and I only ever seen it when I lived with him. I've never seen it since.
That's it. Madness, isn't it? And Buzz said, yeah, maybe our family hill folk snake handling speaking tongues a lot. Well, that doesn't help, does it? That doesn't help. Like say I used to speak in tongues. I still know my tongues, but I know that I wasn't given them by God. It's something that I mimicked and elaborated on. And at the time I thought I was given it. But no, I was listening to other people, subconsciously taking it in, mimicking and elaborating on it. You know what I mean? Making it my own.
Out of the car. I put the batteries down and I'm like, okay, if this turns on again, like I'm going insane. So I run back out into the living room and I sit there. Eventually my brother and my dad show up. And when they showed up, I remember telling them something in this house does not like me. And they just kind of laughed it off. Like, oh, that's Natalie again, because I was always telling these stories of haunting. I was so terrified. And so that was one evening. And then a separate time, I was working out down in my basement. And, working out, I was young and I go upstairs.
When you're freaked out, basement is not a good place to go. Attics and basements, when you're freaked out, not a good place to go. Not where I'm from. I've never seen a basement in my life. I mean, in a house, I've never seen a room that is underneath your living room, downstairs, so to speak, underneath the ground. Never. It's not a big thing here. It's not a big thing. Well, not where I'm from. It's not a big thing. Basements. I mean, attics, lofts, definitely a big thing. But basements, no. We've got a little crawl space underneath our houses where the plumbing is. That's it.
No, some people have basements.
They do, of course, but it's not.
We call it a cellar, though.
We call it a cellar.
It's not
as big. Exactly, but it's not as big as it is in America, is it?
Some are, yeah.
I'm not talking about the size. I'm saying basements as such is not. You don't see them as much here as you do in America.
You got to remember, America is.
I'm not talking about the size of the basement.
So you can fit the whole of Great Britain in loads of states in America.
Well, of course you can. The UK is literally what 600 miles long at the most.
Aye.
As the crow flies.
Something like that.
Well, to be honest, as the crow flies, it's probably less. I don't know.
But no, because it is so small, we don't have you have big houses and that. You have
and big streets, wide pavements.
Yeah, and we don't where I live. I've got 3 people attached to my back garden. Do you know what I mean? That live at the back of my and the sides of my garden. So
adjacent and then either side, yeah.
aye. So yeah. Very on top of each other.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I forget. I think I was making food or the phone rang or something. So I ran upstairs. And when I went back to go back downstairs to go work out again, I went to go inside the room and the door was locked from the inside. So I had left the door open. So something had closed the door and locked it from the inside. So I couldn't get back in. Things like that were happening to me all the time.
Yeah, that's probably why as well.
Hi, KK.
Good to see you. Good to see you. We have tornadoes in the States, yeah. So that's probably why they've got that's probably a lot more common in the States than they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. I didn't even think about that.
Like we don't have weather like that. But
No, we get
have,
tail ends. We get tail ends where it's very windy, but I've never seen wind being able to lift a house. I've seen winds lifting the garden shed, but I've never seen winds lifting a house. Never seen winds.
Them trampolines and they fly into other people's gardens and stuff.
Oh,
but like my fence blew down when I was at yours at Christmas, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like put it like this: I've never seen a car flying through the air. You guys have probably seen cars flying through the air. You know what I mean?
Or a cow.
Or a cow flying through the air, landing on top of you. Yeah. And then hailstones that you get as well, like boulders, like tennis balls.
Baseballs.
Yeah, like tennis balls or baseballs are huge. That would kill you. That's nuts.
Aye.
I was also unfortunately plagued with something called sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is...
We know about that one, Sandra, don't we? We know about that one. That is so scary, the sleep paralysis thing. Especially when it's not sleep paralysis. Especially when it's a demon. But is all sleep paralysis? Maybe when you get sleep paralysis, it is actually always demons. I don't know. But I think I've had both. I mean, I certainly remember saying in Jesus' name and it wouldn't come out. So I said it in my head and it went, you know. But other times, could it just be sleep paralysis? Yeah, I believe it could be. I have had experiences where I'm trying to pull myself out of a dream and I can see the bedroom door. I can see the bedroom door and everything, physically see it, but it's going blurry and like stars in my eyes and that, and I'm getting pulled back into the dream or pulled back into sleep. That type of sleep paralysis. I've had that as well, where I can't move anything except my head, and I'm getting pulled back into the dream while I'm trying to wake up. You know, that kind of paralysis. I've had that, but I've also had the scary kind, the very scary kind. Hey, Flats, how's it going, bro? I literally just played your song at the start of this. Not as part of my intro. I did my intro, and then I said, Flats put out your song this morning. I've downloaded it. Here it is, and we played it. Excellent song, by the way. I know we hear it every night, but we don't hear the full version. Excellent song, Flats. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. Links at the top if you want to come in, bro.
When your brain, I'm diagnosed with this as well, just so you know, but it's when you're still sleeping, but your body wakes up. So your brain is technically asleep and your body is completely...
I wouldn't agree with that your brain is still asleep, because I could see the bedroom door. It's, yes, your body is... Was she saying your brain is asleep, but your body's awake, or vice versa? Hold on, let me hear what she said.
Things like that were happening to me all the time. I was also unfortunately plagued with something called sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is when your brain, I'm diagnosed with this as well, just so you know, but it's when you're still sleeping, but your body wakes up. So your brain is technically asleep.
So your brain's asleep, but your body wakes up. No, well, when I had, like, my brain, it couldn't be still asleep because it was trying to pull me back into sleep, but I could see the bedroom door. I could see the snooker table. The little snooker table was in a room.
Hi, Keith.
I was pulling my self out of sleep, and while the dream was pulling me back in, and that's what it felt like to me. And I could see the bedroom door. This is the ones that I thought wasn't demonic. This is the ones that I just thought were sleeping paralysis. But
did you see what?
Hey,
Sorry.
Chilling, good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. But
Did you see what?
I wouldn't say that your brain is totally asleep. Definitely not. Right, go on, babe.
Did you see what Q said about he's tidying up after a big storm?
No. What did he say? I would.
He said it looks
Oh,
like a disaster area. Hi,
oh
Keith.
yeah, of course. All right, you had a bad storm, so you're cleaning up. Right, got you, got you. No problems, lads. No problem.
Hi, chilling.
But good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
And your body is completely paralyzed while you're sleeping.
I
While
agree
you're
with that. Your body is completely paralyzed, except neck up. Neck up. You can move your head, but you can't. You can't speak. It's weird. I mean, I was trying. When the time I was trying to say, "In Jesus' name, get away from me," it was like nothing was coming out. Just a rasp. So I had to say it in my head. What, babe? What, babe? Babe. Oh,
laying down, I can open up my eyes, and basically I'm still in like a dream-like state. And in these dream-like states, it's kind of like having a
hey, chilling. I remembered the heart. Get rid of the heart just for you. It was here at the beginning of the stream, and then I remembered. Ooh, got to get rid of the heart. Good to see you, chilling.
real life nightmare. But oftentimes I only ever see very, very demonic things. One time I woke up from this and I had seen a lady, an old lady, and she had sharp teeth and she was like,
This is very common when it comes to demonic attacks as well. I mean, I do believe there's such thing as sleep paralysis, definitely. But there's the type of sleep paralysis where you feel a pressure all around you and stuff like that, and you're very scared. Sometimes with sleep, I didn't see anything with sleep paralysis. I didn't when I thought when it was demonic, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anybody in the corner. Yes, my eyes could open, I could see things. Like I say, I was still feeling like I was getting pulled back to sleep. I just felt as though I was a terrible evil there. I just felt as though the sense of evil there, really scared. I was terrified but couldn't move, sort of thing. That's what it felt like. I didn't see things. Some people do. Some people see figures. Some people see demons and see all the features. I didn't. I just sensed the evil that was there. You know what I mean?
just very demonic on top of me. I've had many instances also hearing voices.
There we go. Right, that's how it is with my wife. She often wakes up after a bad feeling or bad dreams, and there is a shadow in the room. She just waits for it to leave. Right, got you. See, it's just like something sitting there watching you, waiting. It's awful. It must be an awful feeling, that. I mean, yeah, I like I say, I didn't see anything. I mean, it was too dark for me to see a shadow anyway. But I suppose within the darkness, people see darker shadows, you know. But I could certainly sense it.
My parents' voices asking me to come help them. And then when I finally get up and out of this like sleep paralysis, I'll ask them, "Did you call my name?" And they'll say no. And I also see a lot of shadowy figures during this time. My dad's house was so terrifying. Even my friends would come over. And I remember there was bangs like on the walls and stuff in my basement. And two of my friends were over and they were like freaking out. Like, what is that, Natalie? Like, where's that coming from? Like, your house really is haunted. And I was like, oh, it's nothing. That happens all the time. Like, to me,
It's nothing. It happens all the time. I suppose maybe you get to a point where it's normal, and then it doesn't fear you as much. It doesn't scare you as much. And I suppose that's good in a way because you're trusting God, maybe. But I would still be trying to get rid of the thing, definitely. I'd be praying about it for sure. That's for sure.
it was so normal, these experiences that I was having on a weekly basis, at least, if not daily basis. bangs on the walls. And so they ended up
See how common it is, though, the sleep paralysis demon thing. It's very common. Maybe it's common because it wants to disguise itself as sleep paralysis.
You cold?
No. Maybe it's like that because it wants to disguise itself as sleep paralysis. So people just say, no, well, it's nothing to do with demons. It's fine. It's just sleep. It's just this medical thing I've got called sleep paralysis. It makes you feel like that. Yeah, I do believe there's sleep paralysis, but there's also the type where there's demons there, whether it's incubus and succubus, whether it's sexual demons or whether it's other demons. I don't know, but there's certainly sexual demons about. Certainly. I mean, that happened to the woman. If you think of the movie The Entity, it's based on true events where she actually got studied, and they thought they kind of liquid nitrogen and all that, try and capture. I mean, I think that was just done for the Hollywood part. I don't know. But the movie The Entity was based on true events. And she couldn't get rid of it. She could not get rid of it whatsoever. But I do not know. I don't even think she ever went to. I don't know if she ever went to religious sources. If she did, it was like either Catholicism or something where they have a ritual where that is part of Luciferianism. So the demon ain't got to leave if it's exorcism or stuff like that, because that's nothing. It's not a godly thing. Deliverance, yeah, praying for the demon to leave, but this rituals that they do when it comes to exorcism and that, then no.
leaving my house because of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I understand them. I probably would have done the same thing. I have a few questions about the stories that you shared. You shared, a bunch of different stories. The first one I want to touch on is the car zooming. So it's a RC, like remote control car. It doesn't turn by itself, right? So for the car to be able to turn, you need to.
I mean,
turn.
like you say, that could, yes, of course, demons could sort of play about with that as well. But if you give that to some kind of professional, if you talk to a professional or some sort about it, whoever a professional is in these circumstances, in these situations, they would tell you the same as what I just said, that possibly there was another remote control car or toy in the area while someone else was playing it at the same time, same frequency, and it caught yours, sort of thing. They would say something like that when it came to remote control cars. Yeah, which it well may have been. But at the same time, do I think that it could be demonic? Yes, absolutely. Without a doubt.
The joystick or whatever, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it had like a remote control to it. It was just a car with a remote control, and you would use the manual like controls to make it spin around.
Okay, and so somehow the remote or the car was being controlled by something, and it was able to spin, which you're not supposed to be able to do, but potentially, maybe the remote is like has the joystick stuck in that position or whatever. But when you flipped the car over and you left, it started up again. Did you mean that the car flipped itself back and it started like driving around again? Is that what you meant?
No, when I flipped the car over,
The wheels kept going.
like upside down, it was laying on the carpet, and basically the wheels just started like turning again.
Like I said, that could be a frequency, somebody playing it from somebody doing it from another room, from another house, from outside, across the back garden. I don't know. Depends on the range on it. But do I think it could be demonic? Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Even if it was another person playing about with a car elsewhere, can the devil use that? Yes, to scare the crap out of you. Whether it was done demonically or not, the devil could still use it to scare the crap out of you,
stopped. Like it kept stopped going. I had to take the batteries out.
Okay.
Because it just was freaking me out so bad.
Yeah.
Now, if you took the batteries out,
That's quite a lot, but
the batteries out and it kept going, that would be a whole different thing. That'd be a whole different thing.
In the beginning, you said that most of these things would happen to you and not to the rest of your family, but it obviously wasn't just you, because when your friends came over, they were also freaked out and they heard some of these things as well. So I don't really understand how that works, but it's quite complicated, at least to me, to figure out how these things function. How could you have heard and seen all these things, but then your family wasn't hearing nearly as much. So I'm very curious about that. You also talked about sleep paralysis.
That's Vicky's latest premiere. She put out about 13 hours, no, 15 hours ago, actually. If you haven't seen it, it's a good rant. Just never mind the swearing.
Paralysis.
Look,
And you talked about one.
But
I swore I've had a cack week, right? And then when you find out again somebody's taking the mick out of your name and weight,
still better than them, Ben.
I know I am, but
Well,
still,
you don't
like,
need to swear.
no, I know, but when you've just found out that somebody in your family has done something to themselves and they're no longer here,
I get it.
and then you see a div, like,
Okay. Don't give him any more time.
I'm not going to, but
Don't give him any more time than you need to, babe. Right.
it is what it is.
I know. It's a good video, though. Guys, go watch it if you haven't seen it.
Lady, but I don't know if you can really
Oh,
call it.
Babe.
Yeah, babe.
Yeah, John hasn't said hello or
She's
anything.
on the phone.
Oh, she's still on the phone? Okay.
That
Yeah,
a lady, like someone is sharp.
She's a what?
We're freezing because when I get
Why?
up, I open the windows. It was sunny.
Put your heating on a bit.
We have.
Oh, okay.
Teeth. But so you're saying your eyes were open. You saw that with your physical eyes?
Yes. Yeah. So I would see like full figures of things as well.
Hold on, I didn't hear what she said. What did you see with her physical eyes?
You're saying your eyes were open. You saw that with your physical eyes?
Ah! So what?
But then your family wasn't hearing nearly as much. So I'm very curious about that. You also talked about sleep paralysis, and you talked about one lady, but I don't know if you can really call that a lady, like someone with sharp teeth.
A woman.
But so you're saying your eyes were open. You saw that.
Sorry, she did already say that. She's saying that big girl with sharp teeth. No, that's right. Sorry, my bad.
With your physical eyes?
Yes. Yeah. So I would see like full figures of things as well growing up. And specifically only at my dad's house. It was more like present, more so I would see it. It was like a full figure, like you standing in front of me. Same thing.
Wow. Okay. And I also forgot to ask about this. How old were you when these things were happening?
Okay, so the time that
Hi, chilling. How you feeling anyway, boy? How you doing, man? Hope you're good. Hope you've been resting a bit and recovering. Hope you've recovered. You know what I mean? You're a healing dad. You should have recovered by now.
had my hand, when I was in the closet, I was about 6 to 7 years old. And when my brother would go to
There can be only one. We'll have to do the Highlander one night. Highlander 1 and 2. Highlander 1 and 2. Because after that, it's a bit weird. The Highlanders after that.
hockey, I was probably around like 10. So when he was at
Series
hockey,
was not bad. The films with Conor McLean was good. Then you got Duncan MacLeod in the series. Wow, it's just got really windy outside. Where's that wind picked up from? Wow.
practice, and like the things would be crashing.
Sandro, is it windy where you're at, bro? I mean, you're not far from me. Is it windy where you're at? The wind's just picked right up here.
The car was zooming around the room. I was about 10.
Okay.
And also the demonic like lady that I would see probably around.
I'm good. Nothing wrong with me. Just a broken face. Your face will be fine. It's your pride you're worried about, man. I can't believe how wet. Mind you, I'm in a high rise, but I'm in the bottom floor. Obviously, I'm in the ground, but maybe it just sounds windier than what it is because I'm listening to the downdraft. I don't know.
10, 11 years old. I found there was a big
No wind. It's maybe because it's raining. Let me just see, is it? Yeah. Oh, it is. Actually, it's been raining. No, it's been raining. It's not raining in minutes, but it's had a little rain. No, it's really windy. Maybe it's because I'm listening to the downdraft. It's making it sound worse.
boom in demonic activity after I played with a Ouija board, actually. So around
Very, very common. Very common. It usually that seems to be a gateway for it is Ouija boards. People think, yeah, it's a spiritual thing, but it's just a game. You know, it doesn't really work. Doesn't really work. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. So for some people it doesn't. But even if it doesn't work, you're playing about with a demonic thing. It's a Ouija board. Literally, Ouija means witch. It's a witch board. It's a witch board. I mean, it can't be good if it's a witch. You know what I mean? So Ouija, witch. Yeah, it seems to be a gateway for a lot of demons to come through initially, you know. Definitely. I remember the Ouija board kind of laughing at me. H-A. It used to come up with a load of gobbledygook. And then it told me something to do with my brother that died. Well, that committed bluey blade. He hung himself. Yeah, it started laughing at me after it started talking crap. It's then I said, oh, it's nonsense. It would just go H-A. Ha 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 ha. It was laughing at us.
Can I ask a question
No.
to everybody? If somebody
Really loud, babe, boy, are you too near the mic?
No, I'm not near it.
Okay.
When somebody
Right.
unalives themselves, do you think they go to heaven?
Well, babe, not everyone. Some of them do. Of course, you've still got a last minute. That's why they say they got. Look, there's no such thing as mortal sin. And from a Catholic side, there's no such thing as mortal sin. Nobody knows what happens the very last second or very last minute. The very last second, people can give their life. Oh no, what have I done? Sorry, Lord. You know what I mean? So the reason they say that people don't go to heaven with suicide is because you haven't got a chance to. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know what I mean? Not everybody is instant just like that. You know what I mean? And there's no such thing as mortal sin. You know, there's only one unforgivable sin, that's blaspheming the Holy Spirit.
In the
No,
last couple of years, there's like been 4 or 5 people from where I'm from, and it's only a small place, and they've all done it, and they've all left kids behind and stuff. And I think for me, like, it happens. It doesn't happen to your family, does it? And then it does, and then you know, just questions. It leaves you questions and no
I'm
answers.
saying I've got a brother that did it, babe.
Aye.
You hung yourself. Yeah, so you
for
don't
me,
know what happened the last second, babe. It's between them and God.
But for me, it's the way he did it. Like, and then he was on life support and that, and it just, you know, questions like, was he in pain? Was he? I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, but you can't answer that, and a person can't answer that, babe. It's only God that knows that. You know what I mean? So it's God that you have to answer. And me saying to you, I don't think everybody who does that commits suicide. Ooh, just said it on YouTube. Anyway, I don't think that every one of them go to. No, I think some do because they really don't give a crap about God anyway. You know what I mean? So of course they're going to go to hell if they didn't think about God. But some people, of course, do. Some people think, like, say you took some tablets, OD tablets, and then you know you're phasing out. Some people can ask forgiveness then and be serious about it. Oh no, what have I done? You know what I mean? That type of thing. And then they cry out. So of course, people who do that can go to heaven. Yes, that's my opinion. So there you go. Was you listening?
Huh?
Was you listening?
Yeah.
Oh, because I thought I heard you talking in the background. Yeah. Okay.
No, that's John was on the phone in the back.
Right. Let's carry on. Carry on.
Around the 6th grade, around 10, 11, 12 years old. And I'll give you another example as well.
Yep. Jesus judges everyone. Exactly.
So one time I was sleeping downstairs in my basement, and this man, like, I felt the energy of a man. I don't know if it was a man or not, but it was pitch black in the room, so I couldn't see anything. And I woke up in the middle of the night around 3 a.m, which I do often also, that hour.
3 a.m, and it always seems to be about that time, does it? 3 a.m, witching hour.
Yeah, I've heard a few people say that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's 3 a.m, sometimes it's 3:15, because a lot of people think it was 3:15 that Jesus passed or whatever. Sometimes it's 3:33, but it's always in the 3 o'clock, between the 3 o'clock and the 4 o'clock mark. You know what I mean? Always. Yes, it
So
is.
chilling.
Mental pain's a lot worse, dude, sometimes. Hard
I
question.
think
Some people live with constant pain whilst alive, even if it's not physical. Mental pain is just as bad, if not worse. Absolutely, absolutely, a
but
lot worse.
that's what it was, and for me, obviously, chilling. You know what happened because I told you, but for me, it's the act that the thought of thinking that was the only way out, and did it hurt? Did you know? Just weird
There's
questions.
no point in asking that. There's no
No,
point in
but you
asking
still
that.
think about it. You still
Of
think it,
course,
even
but there's
if
no point in asking it, though, babe, because you're never going to know that. You're never
no.
going to know that. Only way that you'd possibly know that is if God puts a piece in your heart about it. So you have to ask God. You have
I
to ask God.
really hope.
No,
All
you
I
ask
hope
God.
is that is in peace.
No, there you go. You have to just talk to God about it, babe, because a person can't give you a definite answer. They can give you their opinion based on their faith, but they can't give you an actual definite answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I find is very like active. And I basically heard footsteps sliding back and forth from one side of the room to the other. It came right beside my head. So I really heard it. It was very loud. And then I also heard against my dehumidifier was like patting noises, like banging.
I mean,
And it was
these kind of things are common, like tapping noises, banging noises, little patting, like she was just describing that. They are common when people start getting. I mean, people start saying things like the poltergeist, don't they? To me, a poltergeist is just a demon. It's not ghost. It's demon. It's people's perceptions of it. But any activity like that is demonic.
But remember when I thought there was someone in the attic?
Yes, it's demonic. It's demonic. And even if there was not a demon there, then the devil will use things like that to make you think. You know what I mean? So it scares you. The devil wants you scared and running towards him. You know?
so loud, just this pacing and then this bang on my humidifier. I actually got up in the middle of the night. I crawled to the next room to turn the light on. So I crawled on the floor to the next room. The light turned on. Nothing in the room. There was nobody there. All the noise stopped the second I turned the light on. So I thought to myself, maybe the cat's in here. So I started looking for the cat. I walked upstairs to go sleep upstairs because I was just so afraid. And I actually heard the cat meowing outside. So I opened the door and like my cat's outside. So I knew that nobody was downstairs. The cat was not there. I ended up going to sleep upstairs in my room. And I was scared the whole night. And these sleep paralysis, they just got deeper and heavier after the Ouija board experience that I had.
Whenever there's Ouija boards or evil spirit activity, most of the time there's other stuff happening in the psyche. And when I say that, I mean like many times it's accompanied with anxiety or with depression or suicidal thoughts or illnesses and things like that. So in your life outside of the house, did any of that follow you around?
Okay. Okay, cool. Why does it not come up blue though? It hasn't come up blue.
Because you sent it to yourself.
What do you mean I sent it to myself?
Because my phone's on charge in the bedroom. So I had to go on your WhatsApp on the computer.
Yeah, but it hasn't come up blue for so you're looking at it through mine. That's why it
Well, I
hasn't
had
showed
to
you that you've
because my
seen it.
phone's on
Right.
charge.
Right, I got you. I'm like, why does the text not come up blue?
Yeah, because
no.
I sent it from
I
yours.
don't know why that's rubbish.
Right.
Honestly, not really. it was mainly happening around my dad in my dad's home.
We don't usually say things like that.
The only time I can think was once I almost drowned when I was around 11, and that was at my mom's house and not my dad's house. And that was a really spiritual experience too. I was like this close to dying. I was swimming in my pool that we had.
I mean,
and
I've been dead. As for my heart stopping, I've been dead that way from an OD, and I don't remember nothingness. It was nothing. It wasn't my time, obviously. There's nothing I remember from being dead at all, from my heart stopping anyway. And then I was unresponsive for half an hour afterwards once my heart started again. But nothing do I remember except taking the drug and then coming to. That's it. Nothing in between. So obviously it wasn't my time to go. So I haven't, even with my heart stopping, I haven't had any kind of NDE or anything like that. No, when people talk about going toward lights and all that kind of thing. I didn't get that. Didn't get any of that. And my heart definitely stopped.
Swam in between the ladder.
But whether your heart stopping is death or not, I do not know. I mean, you've got electrical activity after your heart stops as well.
I was going to say it'd have to be the brain.
I do not know. I mean, is it when you stop breathing completely? Does that mean you're dead? I don't know. When your heart stops completely, does that mean you're dead? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're completely gone at that point.
I think it's your brain still works for a little bit.
Well, it does, yeah, but you're not aware of it at all. So are you still alive? I don't know. I mean, your heart stopped, your blood stopped pumping, everything's shutting down then. So are you still alive? Not a clue. No. But I never felt anything.
And I got stuck. So I got stuck, and I remember I was looking up and the sun was shining and everything went white and the sunlight went to my eyes. And I remember thinking, I have to breathe in now, and I'm going to breathe in water like this is it. And that last second, I felt somebody's hands pull me out. And to this day, like, I mean, there was nothing there. There was nobody there.
See, that could be an angelic thing as well. You've got demons, you've also got angels. You know, so I do believe that. Well, it says, look, Paul says it, didn't he? I think it was Paul that said it about be careful what you do and saying all that, because you could be entertaining angels, you know? So it could have been an angel. If there's definitely demons there, so why not? Why can't demons are there to hinder you? Why can't an angel help you? You know what I mean? Of course.
I was completely stuck. And I was just on the verge of having to breathe again. I held my breath as long as I could. I felt arms around me.
I mean, have you never seen a person in your life who's made an influence in you or made an impact in your life somehow, and you've seen them just once and you never forget them and you've never ever seen them again? You know what I mean? Never had them, didn't know their name, nothing like that. I mean, these things happen. I mean, could that have been an angel? Yes, I possibly think it could. I mean, I've had loads of stories like that where they've seen this person made a big impact on them. They've seen him for like 30 seconds, a minute, and they've thought about him the rest of their life, sort of thing, and never ever once seen them again. So yeah, I believe in angels. I certainly believe in demons, so I certainly believe in angels. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. There you go. I died once due to be given the wrong medication, was total black and total peace. Well, I don't know about peace. I just don't remember anything. It was like being asleep. It was being like asleep. It was just like nothingness. So whether it was peace or not, I suppose you could call it that because you don't know nothing. So, yeah. But if that's the case, then I think it's just obviously not our time to go. Because a lot of people have NDEs. I mean, why do they have them? It obviously wasn't their time to go. Is an NDE a good thing or a bad thing? Is it neither? Is it a medical thing? Is it a chemical thing? We don't know. Don't know.
I think when you have the do not thingy DNR, I think it's because they're so ill. Do you know what I mean? That they just want to have peace.
What do you mean? Yeah, but what are you talking about?
You're on about
NDEs, near-death experiences.
Oh, I know, but you know when they pump you.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Right. Yeah.
to get you
So,
back.
yeah.
Like some people don't want it, do they? Because they're ill.
Oh, yeah,
and
no, of course. Yeah. Do not resuscitate. Yeah.
tugged me a tiny bit and it got me loose and I just got out. And there were incidences where I
Well,
was
there
like,
you go. If you were in massive pain before, then it would have been peace to you. Of course it would have. I get that, bro. I get that.
almost died. Like I almost got hit by a car too around my mom's house as well. I was biking and I didn't I couldn't figure out the brakes on the bike and I flew in front of a car. And luckily the car like slammed their brakes 2 seconds, like they would have hit me. Luckily the lady noticed. So there was kind of incidences like that, I would say, where near death experiences.
Okay. So
It wouldn't surprise me, Chillin, because he had a lot to do with Scotland, didn't he? He ended up living in Italy, I think, but he did have some stuff to do with Scotland, didn't he? Crazy thing I heard about Alistair Crowley, it's rumoured that he summoned the Loch Ness Monster in one of his rituals done near Loch Ness. It wouldn't surprise me if he tried, bro. He did sex magic and everything. He was depraved.
I'll have a unicorn if anyone's got one.
But that's it. Bullskin Hoose. That's right. The Bullskin Hoosey. That's right. I mean, I'll have to do something on Alistair Crowley. I'll look for some stuff maybe to do through the week on Alistair Crowley. I think we've done one thing on him before, but it was just a little thing.
Sandra said singer from Led Zeppelin brought his house in Scotland.
That's because they all worship. I think Alistair Crowley is to them as Muhammad is to the Muslims. You know, he's almost more than God to the Muslims, like Muhammad sort of thing. And Jimmy Page and all them. They all think Alistair Crowley is literally the Antichrist, the devil's son, sort of thing. He might as well have been. He was depraved, that dude. His last entry in his diary was weak erection. That was his last entry. So that showed what all he could think about. You know, and that was because of his drugs and all that, and his sex magic. And his last thing entering his diary was weak erection. Wow.
far,
Imagine that's the last thing you put in your diary, weak erection. That's bloody awful. I mean, that shows where his head's at.
up until that point, I think you're around 10, 11, 12, like you mentioned. And most of these things are happening to you. You're not
where his head wasn't at because it was a weak erection. Oh well.
Engaging in any kind of witchcraft or anything like that. That eventually changed, but there's a big event that happened in between where you almost died, and probably even more serious than the two that you already just mentioned. So can you talk about what happened to you?
Yeah, so in about 7th grade, I started to become really sick.
He was a soft prick in the end.
Sandra,
I can see that, man. He had a baldy one as well. He was a horrible guy, man. We'll have to get something on him. We'll have to get some kind of decent video on him and have a look at some of the stuff he did. He was awful, man. Awful.
Babe.
Yes.
I'm going to go and watch in bed. I feel really knackered. It was my injection yesterday.
Okay, babe, no problem. I'll get a shot after we're done.
I'll be watching.
Okay, baby.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Love you all. Bye.
I was only 13, actually, because...
What's that, Baz? www.bluetooth.com. What's that?
I had gotten my first job, believe it or not, at 13. I was working about a couple of weeks, and I started to get really sick, really, really, really tired every day. I would come home from school and have to sleep. I couldn't focus at school, and I started to stop eating. I couldn't eat more than an egg, like a day at one point, and I knew something was wrong. Then I
remember eating less than that. I remember when I was on base once up in Scotland. In 3 weeks, I ate probably 6 bars of chocolate that I remember. 3 weeks once. I ate about 6 bars of chocolate all in all. You know what I mean? Maybe a few pot noodles or something, but that's what I remember eating was 6 bars of chocolate all in all in 3 weeks. That was when I was on base, like amphetamine. That 3 weeks, I think I lost 2 stone in 3 weeks or something. It was really bad, really bad. I was injecting it and everything. That's when I become psychotic, psychosis. I had psychosis through that one. Looking in the mirror and that and thinking the guy in the mirror could see that it was me, but I kept talking to him saying, "You're not me." You know, that type of thing. Weird stuff.
Developing these very severe migraines, headaches, and stomach pains. And one day I was at my mom's house and she looked at me and said, "I have to take you to the hospital." It had been like a month of me being sick. And I didn't want to go. I told her, no, like I was scared to go, I think. And I had a very high fever. So she told me, "I'm going to take you to the hospital." We went to the hospital. I remember the nurse was so sweet. I was kind of delirious.
I got it. Just as I was about to read what Chillin says, I got it. I just seen the V in Viagra, and then it clicked in my head. I got it. Nice one, bro.
Honestly, but she had put a little coat over top of me, like the uniforms that the hospitals give to patients.
So, do you think if Neo in the Matrix didn't take the red pill and he took the blue pill, do you think he would have woke up with a hard on?
And I had such a high fever that within like 2 minutes, the entire coat was completely wet. That's how bad of it. I had a fever about 104 for days. So she had changed the clothing. And they started giving me Tylenol, Advil, but none of the doctors could figure out what I had. I was the mystery patient. I was admitted to the hospital. They put me in my own room. And I just started to get worse and worse by the day. I ended up
it's how it's experienced this as a kid. But can you imagine the parents? How worried they'd be when she's in hospital, these things are happening to her, and the doctors, nurses and all that, whatever. I'm saying in hospital, maybe not in hospital, just going to the doctors, or even if she's in hospital, that nobody knows. She's the one that nobody knows. This has happened to her, but we don't know what it is. Can you imagine how worried the parents would be, you know? I got what was that? I got a Viagra pill caught in my throat once, and I just didn't pick that up. took Viagra once and got it. Oh, I've already read that one. All right, all right. So you both made the same joke. Pretty much. Babe. I love you too. Hey, you guys.
For me, I don't remember about a week in the hospital. I kind of blacked out, in and out. I remember the light. I had such a bad migraine that the light even caused like so much pain. I would cry.
It's more like dirty minds think alike, bro.
And I wasn't eating. And I knew it got really bad when a nurse came to me one day and she said, "Look, if you don't eat, we're going to have to put a tube down your throat and force feed you."
And that's the thing you never want to hear as a parent. You know what I mean? Kids not eating, got to have to put a tube down the throat to give them sustenance. Hey, Sunshine. Sunshine says, "Hi, good people. Off to bed. Can't stay tonight, unfortunately. But God bless you all and cheers for me." Well, I'm on. It's afternoon for me. I'm on tonight again. So my 11:30 after Flats has been on. I'm on at 11:30. Depends when he finishes. Actually, I'll set it for 11:30. But last night he went on till midnight. So it's possible that I'll have to set it for midnight or half midnight. I don't know. But tonight is a little topic, and then we've got The Chosen next 2 episodes. and then the movie Carlito's Way. Tomorrow night's movies are The Hustler and The Colour of Money. And it's on Baza because Baza sent me a PayPal, so that's what's paying for them because they're not on Prime to rent. They're on Prime to buy or rent. They're not on there as a free thing as the Prime. It's part of your Prime subscription. So yeah, it's on Baza tomorrow night's movies. Thank you, Baza.
And that was the moment something shifted for me, and I thought to myself, I have to eat. I'm not getting it too down my throat.
Oh, and Sunshine, bless you for coming, stopping by. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good day. Oh no, sorry. Have a nice sleep, should I say? Have a nice sleep.
So I told my mom, please get my grandmother to make me my favorite food. It was like this dip that she would make. And I was like, that's the only thing I'll eat. So she brought me that, and I started to eat slowly. And at that point, for whatever reason, I just slowly started to recover. I had every test you could possibly imagine: spinal taps, x-rays, MRIs, doctors
Hello to the 3 people that's in Rumble side. Good to see you.
had no idea. They had a doctor come from Montreal even to monitor me, and he had no idea either. So what happened is I was
Very worrying. Getting the specialists in, don't know what's going on, getting someone from a different country or further away or whatever. And specialists, even better specialists, the highest specialists, we don't know what's going on. It's got to be worrying.
getting a tiny bit better, but I was still obviously very sick. And my mom had given me a journal while I was in the hospital. And on the back page, I wrote down on that journal that I didn't want to die. And I kept saying that in my head, like, I don't want to die. I just wasn't ready to die. And I heard a voice talk back.
I know I shouldn't be, but I am still scared of dying. I mean, yes, I know I'm with the Lord. I think what I'm more scared of is the act to dying. I don't know. It's taking that last breath. Because when I think about taking the last breath and knowing I'm about to pass away, it scares me. It scares the crap out of me.
Very loudly in my head and said, "Are you sure?"
Montreal Mafia.
I remember thinking that. Who is that? And I just said, I knew right away it was God within that moment. And I said, yes, I'm sure. And he told me, I can come take you. The angels will come and get you. And it will be painless. And you'll be gone. Or you can stay. And he said, but you're going to have a hard life. And I paused for a moment. I genuinely debated it. The reason I didn't go was my dad. I didn't want to leave my dad alone. I knew that if I was gone, that
kind of reminds me in the exorcism of Emily Rose story. They were Catholics, though, weren't they? And the gal who was being possessed there, apparently she was given a choice, but it was by the Blessed Mother, So yeah, people do see things like that. But if you're seeing the Blessed Mother, and she's giving you the choice, I know that. I mean, there's something wrong there. That's maybe why the Emily Rose girl never got healed, because it was it was Catholics. It was doing it. The Catholic priest. It was a Catholic priest that was on trial for her death. But she chose to stay apparently and not get taken away. It was the Blessed Mother that came to her. But this is obviously God. I think she's talking to her Jesus or whatever. But I have had a very similar story in that, like I say, it reminded me in the Emily Rose thing, the exorcism of Emily Rose. Don't know if you've ever seen it. If you haven't seen it, then we could do it in a movie night one night. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. It's more about it's based on true events, and it's a scary story about demonic possession, as well as being a courtroom drama type movie. I don't know, Gillian. I'm not sure, because people do get these experiences, whether they're from God or not. Some people do get these experiences. So I don't know if she's talking shy yet. I'm not sure. Like I say, some of the people on this channel, the testimonies I am very dubious about. But some of the other ones, definitely true stories, definitely true testimonies. Whether she's talking crap or not yet, I don't know. I wouldn't judge that quickly. Because people do get these experiences, but it's not necessarily from the Father. I wouldn't say that she's talking crap as yet. But you know what I mean? That's why I'm reviewing it. You know what I mean? Because I always wait till I hear a bit more. But it's possible, Julian, that she could be talking crap, definitely, because I wouldn't say she's talking crap because it sounds similar to the Emily Rose story, because there is people that have these kind of experiences, but it's not always God. It's not necessarily God, should I say, that they're talking to, you know? And if she's a medium, and if she was a medium as well, it definitely isn't God they're talking to at that point.
And my brother really needed him. My sister, they needed him. And I was very close with my dad, so I thought, if I'm gone, my dad's going to drink himself to death. Really, that's what I.
But chilling also as well. Sometimes these testimonies are true as well. They're definitely true, but the person telling them who's experiencing likes to be a bit hyperbolic. They like to exaggerate a bit. So their old life, they might have been I don't know, shot in 10-pound bags of heroin, say it so to speak. That they'll tell you they were a big time supplier. You know what I mean? They were supplying the whole city and another city. So the stories can be true, but they're exaggerated a lot. You know what I mean? So you do get them ones as well that like to exaggerate their stories.
That's what I felt. So I told God that I wanted to stay. And
I mean, like I say, I've never heard God's voice. I've never heard God talking to me in an audible voice, but I heard a demon or the devil talk to me in an audible voice when I was asking God to come into my life, and I heard him say, "You're too late. Go and jump." As in, you're too late. You can't be saved. You might as well go and commit harikari. You know what I mean? And that was the devil's voice or a demonic voice. Don't know, but it was very scary. So through hearing a demonic, scary voice, it brought me closer to God. It made me believe in God more. And not once have I heard an audible voice from God, but I've got more faith in God through hearing a demonic voice. You know what I mean? That's true, Julian. Without a doubt, she just said her dad was drinking a lot of alcohol. That definitely brings in demons. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I mean, alcohol is fine, and little bits and pieces. Jesus drank wine. You know what I mean? He made water into wine when he multiplied the fishes. You know what I mean? But to be consistently drinking all the time, yes, that'll leave you open to demonic attacks. Without a doubt, bro. Without a doubt, chilling. In fact, I'd argue that alcohol itself, in large amounts, is demonic. Is a demon in itself. Not demons as an entity demon, but it's satanically influenced. You know what I mean? Satanically tainted. Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely.
I stayed. And I slowly got better. It was a miracle in a way, because I got discharged from the hospital eventually. And about 2 weeks later, I had a checkup on my heart. And they noticed something. I had an inflammation in my heart. A normal heart. So I had an inflammation of my artery. I have a coronary aneurysm. That's the diagnosis.
Ooh.
And the inflammation was quite large. So they sent me right away to the children's hospital. That's 4 hours from where I live. And they told me, we think you had Kawasaki disease. Kawasaki disease is pretty.
Kawasaki disease? A motorbike disease? Really? I've never heard of a Kawasaki disease. Sorry, I've never heard of it. But it maybe is such a thing. I'm going to have to check it.
Rare. It usually only happens between boys from 1 year old to 5 years old.
I'm going to type it in like Kawasaki, as in it's probably something called something different. But let's try it. Kawasaki. I remember as a kid, all the older teenagers getting Kawasaki 250s and stuff like that, or 150s and stuff. Kawasaki disease. Oh, it is actually Kawasaki disease, like the motorbike. Okay, so there it is, right, quickly. I'll show you. There it is. So Kawasaki, let me just blow up a little bit. Yeah. Right, so Kawasaki disease is a condition that primarily affects children, causing inflammation of the blood vessels, particularly the coronary arteries. Is what she's saying. So she doesn't know what she's talking about in a minute, but she could have looked that up. But yeah, it's characterized by its high fevers, rash, swollen lymph nodes, and changes in the mouth, hands, and feet. While rare in the UK, its leading cause of acquired heart disease in children. Wow. Okay. Right. So it is actually a thing.
And it usually doesn't happen to 12-year-old girls, 13-year-old girls. Very rare. And it's very rare that it causes the heart condition. Basically, if you don't cure or get treatment for the condition, it will start attacking your organs until it kills you. Luckily, literally, it was like a miracle. It didn't kill me. It caused a permanent heart condition. And we were able to catch it. And the doctor basically said, because of this heart condition, we can now diagnose that that's what you had. But I received no treatment. My body cured it on its, it like cured it on its own, other than leaving me with
Well, you were young. I mean, your immune system was probably quite strong, and God can intervene in them things, obviously.
permanent heart condition.
Wow. So from being, I don't know, how long did you stay in the hospital? Did you say?
It was about 2 months.
So from 2 months with all the tests, they couldn't figure out what it was, and you never got any treatment.
Oh, right. So you had it as well, brother. Wow. I had Kawasaki disease in 2014. I had to buy it. You're a dick. I'm the same thing here. You got it as well. It's a really right. What I had to buy a ZX 14 flashed them around. Aye. Until it says 12 bottles of chemical cider and I clip the cider visor and away you go. Honestly, I know somebody poured Frosted Jack on the benches in down the park and where I sometimes go carp fishing. And he poured some Frosted Jack on the bench, a metal bench with black paint, that kind of thing. And they've usually got like a laminate sheen on them as well, isn't it? 2 weeks later, he come back, and all that part when he thrown the Frosted Jack on it, it bubbled up. It bubbled up and started peeling. Yeah, it bubbled up. It's that bad, that stuff. Frosted Jack, white cider, sulfites that has never seen an apple. It's never even been near an apple tree. It hasn't even got apple flavoring. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Suzuki disease affects 99% of the population. Is that? What about Honda? Honda disease. Is there a Honda disease? Oh, wow. Nice. Right, anyway, let's carry on.
But somehow you survived a very,
Right, the Dakar paint stuck off on the head. That's right.
very serious heart condition.
Yes, because Kawasaki disease is an inflammatory disease, and I didn't have any of the typical symptoms. You're supposed to have swollen hands. I didn't have that. I had red eyes. I had like a disease in my eyes as well at the time. Fever, migraines, and stomach.
Mad, saying disease of the eyes. Vicky's got arthritis of some sort. It was rheumatoid arthritis, but it affects their eyeballs. Apparently, I didn't know you get rheumatism or arthritis in your eyeballs. Didn't know that. I can't remember if it's rheumatism or arthritis or something, but it affects their eyeballs. Or eyeballs swell or something like that. It's mad. Mad.
Pains, and it wasn't the traditional diagnostic symptoms for Kawasaki. So I was a mystery patient.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to tell you about our extra content on Locals. It's where you
Locals is Rumble.
can hear the beginning of our conversations, learn the practical applications of the testimonies, and get hours worth of other bonus content. All of that, plus the regular episode.
I signed up to my Locals actually, but you get to it through Rumble, don't you? Hold on, let's check a second. Don't know exactly what it does, but hold on, how do I get to it? It's through Rumble. How the hell do you get to it? Your Locals in Rumble? Because I'm sure I did it through Rumble. Oh, yeah, sorry guys. Dashboard. What? No. Oh, I don't know how to get to it now. Hold on, is it the side of your Rumble chart? Locals. No. Weird. You can get it to it through. I thought it was for Rumble. Strange. Count options. Connect. How the heck do you get to it? Not there. Hold on, is it through Rumble Studio? You go sign in. Can't remember. I remember doing it through Rumble. I think it's to do with Rumble anyway, your Locals thing. I don't know. Anyway.
Without any ads. It's free to join, so why don't you come check it out by going to almostfalse.locals.com by downloading the Locals app. The links are in the description. Now let's get back to the story. Okay, I want to go back to what you said the voice of God told you. Because he gave you the choice of either going now, dying and going with the angels, or staying and you would have a rough life. And so you chose to stay. So can you explain how your life changed after recovering from that disease?
Oh, yeah, you look.
I remember it was.
You do it through Rumble. You can log in with Rumble. Let's do that. Log in with Rumble. Continue to Locals. Okay, it's weird. But I can't seem to get to it straight through my Rumble. There you go. There you go. It is. It's through it. And there's nothing on it for me, though, look. All I can see there is flats. That's it. Right at the top. Locals. It's weird. I mean, is that it? Laugh and there's Flats's. Locals. Become a supporter. Okay, so it's right. Okay, so you can get to it through Rumble. It's not necessarily a Rumble thing. Oh, I want it in dark. Dark mode. That's better. You don't like that light mode. Right, okay. So there it is. Locals. News feed. That's amazing. That's all I've got. That's all you get from it. It's got Skeeter Jane, things like that on there. Skeeter Jane, he's a red hunter. I watched some of his stuff. Predator poachers. Okay, I mean, I don't really see much point in it, to be honest. Anyway, sorry about that. Carry on.
I had really given my life to God at that point. I had everything to live for. I was very positive. Those years after that, it was kind of when I got to high school, I sort of fell into drugs and alcohol. Mostly marijuana is what I started with.
Looks like I'm gonna have to do part 2 of this tonight. I'll do the second part of it tonight, and then we'll get on with the what you call it, The Chosen, and then the movie Carlito's Way. And like I said, tomorrow night's movies will be The Hustler and The Color of Money on Baza. But let's get another few minutes of this out, and then we'll do the second part tonight.
Recreational drugs. I started doing that because I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of probably OCD symptoms that were really, I just had a lot of anxiety, and those medications, well, not medication, but marijuana helped calm me. So I fell into it so easily. And I think because of the history of addiction in my family, it was something that could help me cope with school, because school was really challenging for me because of all of these problems I was going through. I ended up basically living, it's called couch hopping. So I would just be at someone's house every night instead of home. I was home sometimes, but it was tough. So I really got lost for a long time and just really completely disconnected from God altogether.
And when along your journey did you become interested in mediumship?
Okay, so this was about after high school. I went to college and I sobered up, basically. I stopped doing drugs. I had overdosed at one point.
She stopped doing drugs? I didn't even hear her saying she took drugs. Did she say she took drugs? I totally missed that part. I maybe missed it while I was looking for something. No, I couldn't. I couldn't imagine a real joint. But it takes all sorts. Some people I've thought, I can tell, like I'm an ex-addict, so I can tell somebody is on it straight away when it comes to heroin, crack, and all that kind of stuff. But then I've seen some people, they've come about and they've been taking drugs, and I'm like, I ain't seen you about before. You know what I mean? But they've actually been on drugs for a few years. It's like, what? Wow, you must not have been taking them much. You must have been doing it recreationally until now, this point, But some people, you just look at it, nah, they'd never take drugs. And they're probably more of a dope heat than yourself, you know what I mean? Anyway, we've got a few more.
And when I got better, I thought to myself, all of these things that I was experiencing.
Right, hold on, I want to see how long it is. It's 58 minutes, so yeah, it's 24. So yeah, we'll have to do the second half tonight. So that was on 24.
Well, mostly marijuana is what it started with.
So she did say marijuana and stuff. I got it back right at the right spot.
Drugs. I started doing that because I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of probably OCD symptoms that were really, I just had a lot of anxiety, and those medications, well, not medication, but marijuana helped calm me. So I fell into it so easily. And I think because of the history of addiction in my family, it was.
Not trying to outdo everyone, but I did 185 mile an hour per hour, and everything looked like I was in it. Looked like it was in a tunnel. I guarantee it did. That kind of reminds me. Do you remember the series Street Hawk? It was on a motorbike. It was like a bit like Knight Rider, but on a motorbike sort of thing. That type of thing. It was in a Street Hawk, but when he went fast as well, it looked like a tunnel. It actually looked like a tunnel. I'm sure it was in Street Hawk. It kind of looked like a tunnel, but I could imagine it would look like a tunnel because of how everything's whizzing by. It's bound to just enclose into you, isn't it? It's like the perspective is coming that quickly. Your eyes ain't got time to bloody see the perspective, and it'll just be like a tunnel. I can get that. Airwolf as well. Airwolf, dude. Do you remember? Do you know Airwolf? Know the guy, Stringfellow Hawk, the guy who acted as him. Wow, dude. He was a good-looking guy when he did Airwolf and all that. He was quite, and when he did Airwolf, he was getting on in years. He was probably in his 40s, like me. But dude, if you see him now, you would never think it's the same guy. Let me just see if I can find a picture of him. It's crazy. It's crazy what he looks like. He's so, it's crazy. Hold on. Stringfellow. I can't remember his real name. Stringfellow Hawk. No, not Peter Stringfellow. Right. So, it's no character. Right. It's John Michael Vincent. Right. Let's see. Right. Okay. Hold on. Let's get his name here. Right. So trying to make sense. Oh, he's dead now. Oh, he died. He died 6 years ago. Wow, but just let me just skip some pictures of him. It's crazy. I didn't realize he died, but he died 6 years ago. But when he it was crazy. It's good looking dude. And when he's got older, he was just even this one when he was a bit younger. Here, look. This one is quite a few years ago, and he's just, to me, he's hardly recognizable as an older man. Like if you see him there, he was hardly recognizable there. But even more so when he got a bit there. I mean, even look at that picture of him. Look at that one. I just don't think he's recognizable as him. Yes, you can see it fit with a picture next to it, but wow, it was his years. He was a good-looking guy, and his older years wasn't very good to him, so to speak. But there you go. Some people change a lot, and it doesn't change their heart. But just showing that how much people can change. Probably a test subject for Botox. Well, he's deep new, so maybe his body's been used for it.
Help me cope with school because school is really challenging for me because of all of these problems I was going through. I ended up basically living, it's called couch hopping. So I would just be at someone's house every night instead of home. I was home sometimes, but it was tough. So I really got lost for a long time and just really completely disconnected from God altogether.
And when along your journey did you become interested in mediumship?
Okay, so this
Right, she's about to start getting into the mediumship. Let's get a couple of minutes on the mediumship, and then we'll do the rest of it tonight.
was about after high school. I went to college, and I sobered up, basically. I stopped doing drugs. I had overdosed at one point. And when I got better, I thought to myself, all of these things that I was experiencing with my haunted house growing up, that this was somehow some sort of gift from God, and I was supposed to harness that. And I started getting into tarot cards. I started practicing that on anybody.
Another gateway one is tarot cards. Tarot cards, Ouija boards. I'm sorry, even horoscopes. Even horoscopes.
I was willing to. I offered free readings to anybody. And then I realized I had the ability to see and hear their loved ones, spirits that were connecting to me, which now I understand those are demons. Because if you really pry in,
absolutely, 100% demons, definitely.
To them, if you're a medium and you're watching this and you're a psychic medium and you're like, oh no, I'm still talking to the relatives. If you really ask them, like in the name of
it could be absolutely convincing to you. It could be relatives, absolutely, and it's understandable. But listen, demons know. They know who they are. You know what I mean? They watch people. They know exactly what went on, so that they can tell you anything, pretty much anything that your relatives could have.
Jesus Christ, tell me exactly who you are. They will, and I've done that.
There you go. I wonder if any of the mediums out there think they're doing it. But the thing is, if they don't believe in Jesus, just using that name, mind you, in the name of Jesus, demons will flee. So even using the name, possibly, yeah, they might turn around and tell you that. I don't know. Never done it.
So I know that it's not the relatives. They're demons talking to these individuals. And that's what I thought God had gifted me with. I originally thought it was God's gift, and these were spirits that were coming through of loved ones that were trying to display communication with their loved ones that are still alive.
You had good intentions. You didn't understand that back then. So
right. That's literally 27 minutes on the dot. Right. So 27 minutes onwards tonight, we'll take it from. So we'll call it there, and we'll do the second part of this tonight, get it finished, and then we'll do the first, I think we've done 1, 2, 3, and 4 episodes of The Chosen. Yeah, so I think it's 5 and 6 tonight. 5 and 6 of The Chosen, episodes of The Chosen, and then the movie Carlito's Way. After we do this on YouTube, we'll do the movies on Rumble. So I'll get that sorted after I finish here, guys. But I'll play out with a Harry Mark in a minute. But so what's that? 27 minutes in on the dot. Right. 27 minutes. 27 minutes. 27 minutes, PJ. 27 minutes. 27 minutes. Right. Remember 27 minutes, PJ. Vicky will remember for me. Now remember 27 minutes, surely. Right, let's get a Harry Mark down. Let's get a Harry Mark down. Oh. Let's get a Harry Maker up. Let's get a Harry Maker up. Oh, I'm flying through space, guys. Oh, look at that nebula. Look at that exploding stars, man. That's amazing stuff. Whirling through the galaxies. Look at me. Amazing. Right, Harry Mark. What we got? Let's do it. Video file. Oh!
This is a righteous you. This is a righteous you. Bitty bitty boom.
Ah, check it.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Hey yo, lyrics that be flying on my face.
Sorry, I had to comment on that. Yeah, definitely not attached to the house. No. I wouldn't. I would say that's balls. I mean, yes, you get see demons in certain places and that, but I think they're more attached to the people, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, what good if they're attaching themselves to a house if there's no people there? You know, that's rubbish. So yeah, the person, I'd say.
Rappers, they ain't never keeping pace. We be laying enemies away. We be coming through with all the taste. Yeah, we the ones they really want to chase. Coming with the rhythm they embrace. Y'all know we hit them with the mace. H-Man coming with the bass. Yeah, rounds that be landing on the 3. A lot of rappers want to do the shit, but they ain't me. Y'all know I prove that I'm the funkiest MC. Every time I rhyme, I got the haters copping, please. H-Man can take it to a level that's beyond. We get bitty, man, we concoct a new song. Y'all know a king and this thing is a dawn. Y'all know I'm flexing on my haters cause I'm strong. Back on my bullshit, loaded up a full clip. Every time I'm rhyming off the top, I'm too explosive. And the way we move in the game too ferocious. Lock it to the groove cause I got you overdosing. I'ma make it OD, fans they gon' know me. Imitators got nothing to show me. Get you high kinda like your blown trees. H-Mac, y'all know they're my homies. All come together, my collective. Mike, we go wreck here. Blowing up, but that much is expected. Flow is introspective. Digging through my mind now. Blowing people's minds when I come through with the rhyme style. Yeah, got a shaking. Speakers quaking. We ain't doing it over, we want taking. How to Satan, and I'm blazing. And they know the free Steve is amazing.
Chilling, you didn't see that last message pop up in chat. Have you got the chat on live chat or just top chat? Because sometimes if you've got it on just top chat, you don't see them all. You have to have that on live chat. Because I've got mine in top chat. I see it, but I need to change mine to live chat actually. But there you go. Sometimes that makes a difference.
You can pay them if you want
Don't know why then. Don't know why. I haven't got a clue.
more. And they yell out for the encore. You can swing a fist, but I got a strong jaw. And you know we about to go beyond more. Yeah, beyond raw R-A-W. Lyrics off top, and they might just trouble you. Never roll with a subtle crew. Always on top, never under you. Bring the thunder through. When I storm from the brain, I perform too insane. Give them more with the flames. Hit them hard with the real shit that's leaving them scars. Claim you better than the Machiavellian part. We are shining something like a constellation. Taking over with the domination. Calm and patient. I've been waiting for the newest opportunity. Who's that illest off the top they soon to see? I be blooming. Something like a flower in the bouquet. Are they on a similar level? I'm saying no way. Okay, you get it popping out. Yeah, Diddy man, unstoppable. What? Come on, yeah, we unstoppable. What? Yeah. Chopping it different, they better stay distant. We keeping it moving, we way too persistent. The flow is consistent, we never gon' falter. You know I got rhythms that rappers can't alter. I call you direct up to the table. Bars that we kicking off top are too fatal. Changing the game and these rappers unstable. I stay independent, won't sign with no label. Clipping your cable, I'm cutting your cord on a new plane that they couldn't explore. All of these rappers, we take them to war. They be low level, I'm giving them more. Spreading my wings and I'm ready to soar. Brain is a sponge, now I simply absorb. Taking you to a new place in this game and shit. Mac, I be rhyming, y'all see that my brain is lit. I'm out here flaming shit. I'm out here claiming it, I'm out here grabbing it. I'm on that rapping shit, I keep it tactically. Homie, they nod their head. All of these lyrics that God just said. I'm here to teach you and educate. Lift off the ground, they blame when I levitate. My feet ain't not touching the floor. Compared to rappers, we busted much more. Yeah, killing them dead. Spill up their head. They should be working. Rappers are chilling instead. Came with the growth. When we be rhyming, your body gon' move. Yeah, grab on the mic and I rip it. Locking the 3-4, we locking the triplets.
Oh, hold on before I do the rest of this. Look, TFE's just put out. Know what Flats is reviewing? Sean, as in Kingdom in Context, and Duffy debating. Well, TFE's just is putting it out tonight as a premiere by the looks of it. And look at his title. This is ridiculous. Look at the title on it. Ridiculous. Right here, look. Shape of the Earth. Did TFE end Flat Earth? Oh my goodness. I mean, I disagree with Sean on a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I disagree with Sean on. But Sean is the only one who brought scripture last night, any of that last night. You know what I mean? Sean was killing him in the debate last night that we were seeing in Flats's review. And we only just got through the first opening presentations. There was so much Duffy had to say. And he's still got the hubris to say this. Did TFE end Flat Earth? Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. What? The pride that he's got in him is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, enough of that.
Let's have us a dance party. Rappers, they not on this hardly. They thought shit they couldn't scar me. Let's have a fucking dance party. Back on my bullshit, back on my business. Open your eyes, it's time that you witness. Yeah. Yeah. Whipping up brand new concussions. Y'all know we keeping it awesome.
Laters, KK. Thanks for coming by. Thank you very much.
Y'all know we causing them problems. Y'all know we do this shit often. Back all up in it, my flow is infinite. I'm working, I'm stepping, I've never been timid. I'm repping the realness, I'm making you feel this. This flow that I'm thinking is tricky to deal with. Back all up in it, the rhymes are infinite. Y'all know that we winning, I'm smiling and grinning. And then the trending, my video blowing up. I get it popping the moment I'm showing up. Any man do this shit live with the looper. All of the bars that I'm kicking are super. Rappers recuper, wait, but they couldn't. We just keep rhyming, yo, we just keep pushing. We out here shushing, these rappers, they quiet. We step to the streets out in London, a riot is forming. I'm forming a crowd. Everyone out there, they turning me loud. I reign supreme like a cloud when I come with precipitation. Knock them out of the game like obliteration. Every Mac will get out like it's fitness racing. When I'm over this track, I'll be steady pacing. Flow is too amazing. When I'm like a rhythm. 2020, dog, I got the vision. Every bar that I spit is hitting. Every bar that I spit gon' glisten. They gon' see the shine. They gon' be line. They gon' heed the lessons. They gon' come and test it. I be too impressive. I just drop the lesson. I be manifesting. Rhyming off suggestions coming direct from the fans. Me, rocking with that bitty man. Growing like beard, I be making it clear. I be facing my fears and I truly endear and endure through the industry. Putting my shit together, make it happen. It gets cracking instantly. Rolling like infantry. Roll with the camo. Load up my brain with the lyrical ammo. They get cold feet like they wearing some sandals. Shit that I'm spitting be off of the handle. Coltrane, I come off the tip with the improv. Nothing new cause the Mac always been God. Nothing new cause the Mac always been raw. Y'all know I chop them up into pieces. I grab on the mic and release it. Grip on the mic and I'm dropping the thesis. And stripes like Adidas, get checks like it's Nike. When it come to bars, there ain't nobody like me. What? Yeah, hey, nobody like me, come on.
Yeah, man, that was nice. Liked it. Nice one, guys. Nice one. Thanks for being here. I will see you in Flaxes, and if I don't see you in Flaxes, I'll see you. I'll be on at half 11, which is 11:30 GMT tonight. With the second part of this on YouTube, and then The Chosen and Carlito's Way on Rumble after. So bless you guys. I will see you in Flats a bit later. Thanks for being with me, and it's always a pleasure. And I'll see you tonight as well. Bless you guys. Here the Sunset's free. It's free. Indeed. Ta-da.